Good day, ma'am. I'm Liza Patinho from BSA 2A. So, today I discuss the two problems. So, one problems is, sabi niya dito, determine the force acting in all the members of the trust shown in this figure. So, ito na siya, ito yung A, ito yung B, ito naman yung D, at saka C. So, yung body diagram, yung FBD niya, ito na siya. Ginawa ko na para hindi ako mahirapan mag-discuss at medyo mahaba kasi yung pagdi-discuss nito. So, the solutions, so positive going to the right, submission of x, fx equals 0. So, negative cos 30 degree plus FCB sin 45 degree equals 0. So, ito naman, positive upward yung y natin. So, submission of Fy equals 0. So, 1.5 kilonewton plus FCD sin 30 degree negative FCB cos 45 degree equals 0. So, ito yung submission Fy natin. So, dito, ginawa ko na rin, dito naman, yung arrow niya is positive going to the right. So, submission of Fya equals 0. So, 1 kilonewton cos 30 degree kilonewton minus FCB sin 15 degree equals 0. So, the FCB is equals to 5.019 kilonewton. Tapos dito, kaya siya naging 5.02 kilonewton dahil yung ginawa natin is ni-round off natin yung 1. So, nagiging 2 siya. Kaya 5.02 kilonewton. So, siya ay compression. So, dito naman, yung dito, yung ano niya naman is positive going to the right down. So, the submission of Fx equals 0. So, negative FCD plus 5.019 cos 15 degree minus 1.5 sin 30 degree equals 0. So, the FCD is equals to 4.10 kilonewton. Siya naman is tension. So, kaya yung arrow natin is going to the right down kasi yung x natin is ito. Tapos ito naman going to right up kasi yung y natin is up siya. So, ganun po. So, ngayon, punta tayo sa joint. Kung kanina is joint C at C, ngayon naman at joint D. So, ito yung joint D natin. Ginawa ko na rin siya para madali ang discussion. So, mayroon tayong positive going to the right, yung submission of Fx natin. So, submission of Fx equals 0. Kaya nag-positive siya kasi makita naman natin yung x dito is going to the right. So, negative FDA, kaya naging negative siya kasi yung FDA natin dito is going to the left. So, kaya negative siya. Cos, kaya naging cos siya. And so, katawa, FDE is adjacent. So, in respect to this angle, FDE is adjacent. So, adjacent over hypotenuse in SOHCAHTOA is ka. So, ka is cosine. Kaya naging cos 30 degree. Plus, 4.10 cos 30 kilonewton equals 0. So, the FDA is equals 4.10 kilonewton. So, dito naman, siya ay tension. So, ganun po siya. So, ngayon, dito naman tayo sa number 2 problem. So, sabi dito, determine the force in each member of the truss shown indicate whether the members are in tension or compression. So, ito yung binigay sa atin na problem. So may pin siya dito at saka dito. So, yung A niya, B, and C and D. So, yung D, may sukat siya na 4 meter. So, dito naman, hinati siya sa gitna. Medyo hindi lang makita kasi medyo maliit yung pagka-drawing ko. So, may sukat siya na, yung pahiga na to, may sukat siya na 3 meters. Tapos, yung gitna na to, dito naman sa kabila is 3 meters. So, pwede natin silang ipag-add. So, pag ipag-add natin is magiging 6 meters siya. At may 600 kilonewtons. At dito naman sa taas, going down is 400 newton. At ito, kung makikita natin yung 600 newton, yung X natin is going to the right. So, ito na po yung free body diagram natin. Ginawa ko na rin po. So, mayroon siyang dito, kinapi lang natin 400 newton. Tapos, alam naman natin na ito yung sabi ko kanina, yung hinati siya. So, may sukat siya na 3 meters. So, ito yung CY natin, ito yung C natin, ito yung CX natin, at ito yung sabi ko kanina, pinag-plus lang natin siya, kaya naging 6 meters. So, mayroon tayong AY. So, ito din yung 600 newton. Ito na siya. Nilipat natin dito. So ito na siya. Positive going to the right siya. Yung F ay yung X kasi ito siya, going to the right. So, kaya naging positive siya. So, submission of Fx is equals to 0. So, 600 newton minus C. So, minus C. Kaya, minus siya kasi yung C natin is going to the left. Cx equals 0. So, the Cx is equals to 600 newton. So, positive going to the right. So, the submission of moment C is equals to 0. So, negative AY times 6 meters plus 400 newton times 3 meters plus 600 newton times 4 meters is equals to 0. So, the AY is equals to 600 newton. So, dito naman, positive upward, the Fy is equals to 0. So, kaya naging positive siya kasi yung R natin is going to the yung arrow natin na Y is going to the up. So, the submission of Fy is equal to 0. So, 600 newton minus 400 newton minus Cy is equals to 0 and the CY is 200 Newton. So, at joint A, so ito po yung diagram niya. So, as shown on the free diagram, if FAB is assumed to be compressive and FAD is tensile. So, applying the equation of equilibrium, so we have positive going up. So, the submission of Fy is equals to 0. So, 600 Newton, negative 4 over 5. So, yung y natin is dito, kasi gumawa na tayo ng slope. So, dito yung y natin is adjacent. So, over hypotenuse. So, yung adjacent natin is 4. Over hypotenuse, the hypotenuse is 5. So, FAB is equals to 0. So, FAB, pag compute natin to, is equals to 750 Newton. Siya ay compression. So, the submission of Fx naman is going to positive siya kasi going to the right is equals to 0. So, FAD is minus so ito siya yung 3 natin and 5 is hypotenuse times 750 Newton is equals to 0. So FAD is equals to 400 Newton. Siya naman is tension or tensile. So after dito, kukunin naman natin yung at joint D. So, dito naman, gumawa na tayo ng diagram. So, the submission of X is equals to 0. So, siya ay positive going to the right, yung X. So, negative 400 Newton, ito siya, negative siya kasi yung going to the left siya. So, negative 400 Newton plus 3 over 5. So, FDB plus 600 Newton is equals to 0. So, FDB is equals to negative 250 Newtons. So, the negative sign indicate that FDB in the opposite sense. So, FDB is equals to positive 250 Newton. Siya naman is tension. So, continue tayo. So, positive upward. Yung sa submission of Fy is equals to 0. So, negative FTC minus 4 over 5 dito sa slope. So, times negative 250 Newton is equals to 0. So, the FDC is equals to 200 Newton. Siya naman is compression. So, at joint C, so, ito yung diagram niya. So, positive going to the right yung X natin. So, negative FCB negative 600 Newton is equals to 0. So, negative siya kasi yung 600 Newton natin dito is going to the left. So, FCB is equals to 600 Newton. Siya naman is compression. Yun. Tapos, and Y is positive dahil going up siya. So, the submission of Fy is equals to 0. So, 200 Newton minus 200 Newton is equals to 0. So, tama yung ating um, direction. So, ito na yung kabuuhan ng ating uh, uh, free body diagram. So, mayroon siyang tension. Ito tension siya. At ito naman is tension. At mayroon siyang compression. Ito compression din po. At ito compression din po. So, dalawang tension siya. Tatlong compression. So, yun lang po, ma'am. That's all.